Good evening, members.
Good evening.
How are you?
We are fine. We are fine.
Okay, today I want to learn something on security threats, the importance of computer security in protecting data and systems, common threats and common threats that organizations face. Then we shall also look at the constraints that can impact effective security implementations. First, we will define what security threats are. Allow me to share my screen. Okay, basically, we can define security threats to be potential risks causing harm to information systems, data, and networks. These threats can compromise confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data and systems. We can categorize these security threats into two categories. We have internal security threats and we have external security threats. Under the internal security threats, we define internal security threats to originate from within the organizations and are typically caused by employees or other trusted insiders. Faith, could you please give us a list of internal threats you have come across?
They may include fraud and theft.
Yes.
Internal employee sabotage.
Yes.
Loss of physical and infrastructure support.
Yes.
Or phishing.
Yes. She has said phishing, disgruntled employees, accidental data leakage, and insider fraud. Then under the external threats, we define them to come from outside the organization and are typically carried out by individuals or groups who do not have authority over access. Anthony, kindly please elaborate on this for us, some of the external threats you have encountered.
Thank you, sir. So some of the external threats that I've encountered in organizations are hackers, cyber criminals, industrial spies, and also natural disasters like floods or other natural disasters. Thank you.
Yes. Anthony has said that there's industrial spies, natural disasters, and hackers. Then another thing we are going to look at is the importance of computer security to an organization. Could John please state for us some of the importances you have come across?
Okay, thank you, sir. Some of the importances of computer security to an organization include protecting sensitive information. That
Yes.
is, it prevents unauthorized access to confidential data.
Yes.
Then they are ensuring business continuity. That is safeguards the system against disruptions.
Yes.
The third point is maintaining customer trust. That is building confidence among customers and partners.
Yes.
Another importance is compliance with regulation. Through
Yes.
this, there is adherence to legal and regulatory requirements. And lastly, there is preventing financial losses through computer security enhancement. There is reduction of financial damage from breaches and attacks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. John, for that explanation. Yes, he has talked about fraud and theft. He has talked about protecting sensitive information, where he emphasized on preventing unauthorized access to confidential data. He has also mentioned compliance with regulations that adheres to legal and regulatory requirements. Then he also mentioned maintaining customer trust, which involves building confidence among customers and partners. I think that's correct. Then another item we want to look at is identification of common threats. Mwanuko, kindly please state to us some of the threats you have come across in your daily life. Mwanuko?
Okay, yes, sir. Some of the common threats I have identified. One, fraud and theft. There is
Yes.
also employee sabotage,
Yes.
loss of physical and infrastructure support.
Yes.
There is also malicious hackers and code.
Yes.
There is also threats to personal privacy,
Yes.
natural calamities, and cyber crime.
Yes.
Yes.
Dada. Thank you, Mwanuko. So Mwanuko has mentioned fraud and theft, where we can say fraud and theft involve unauthorized access and use of information to commit fraudulent activities or steal valuable data. Another thing we had him mention was employee sabotage, which occurs when a disgruntled or malicious employee intentionally damages or disrupts the organization's system or data. Another common threat identified was a loss of physical and infrastructure support, where loss of physical and infrastructure support includes incidents such as power outages, hardware failure, or natural disasters that can impair system operations. Another common threat identified was malicious hackers and code, where malicious hackers and code involve cyber attacks by hackers using malware, virus, ransomware, or other malicious softwares to exploit the vulnerabilities of the system. We have industrial espionage, which is the act of stealing trade secrets or confidential information or competitive advantage, often conducted by competitors or foreign entities. Another threat is a threat to personal privacy. Threats to personal privacy include unauthorized access to personal data, leading to identity of theft, data breaches, and privacy violations. The last threat identified was the natural calamities, which include earthquakes, floods, and hurricanes that can cause physical damage to the infrastructure, and hence leading to data loss or system downtime. We have cybercrime that encompasses the various illegal activities conducted over the internet, including phishing, hacking, and cyber stalking. Class. Okay, let us now look at the constraints to computer security. Some of the constraints to computer security, we have cost. Where we define, we explain cost as implementing and maintaining robust computer security measures that can be expensive, including the cost for hardware, the software, training, and the personnel. We have user responsibility, where users often neglect security practices, such as using weak passwords, not updating softwares, or falling for phishing scams, which compromise their privacy and security. Another challenge is the inadequate assessment, which leads to failure to conduct regular and thorough security assessments that leave an organization unaware of vulnerabilities and unprepared for potential threats. And then there's the integration challenge, where integrating new system measures with existing systems can be challenging, leading to potential gaps and vulnerabilities. So far in our class, we have learned the categories of security threats, where we said we categorize security threats as into two, that's internal and external. Then John identified for us some of the importances. And Jafet mentioned for us some of the threats. And finally, we have shared the constraints or the challenges that can impact effective security implementation. So now, anyone with a question? Any question? Okay, thank you, class, for having me share my content. Until we meet next time. Thank you, our class has come to an end.